Hello, real estate world. Welcome to the Nova Show, Real Estate Records. This is Nuria Rivera, owner of Novation Title. I wanted to create the space for you guys to be able to share success stories, but not only success stories. I also wanted you guys to be able to share raw stories. Everything that you have learned from the failures, the lessons, the wins. This is a space for our community to come together so that we can help each other rise to the next level. This is the space to be vulnerable, and this is the space for us to all be able to support each other in this real estate world. Please enjoy this episode.
Hello and welcome to the Nova Show Real Estate Records. My name is Tristan Hammett and I am your host for today's episode. Join us as we celebrate the remarkable journey of Elda Palacios Baker, a proud Mexican and esteemed real estate agent in Utah since 2011. As a mother, stepmother, grandmother, and devoted wife, Elda brings warmth and dedication to every client interaction. Her commitment to her multicultural community is unwavering, empowering countless families to achieve the American dream of homeownership. Elda's trajectory in real estate began under seasoned mentors, shaping her into a compassionate leader in the field. Notably, she is honored as a top 500 recipient, a testament to her exceptional service and expertise. With a stellar team by her side, Elda navigates transactions with finesse, ensuring joyful outcomes for all. Stay tuned into how Elda's passion and cultural insight redefine real estate success in Utah. So welcome, Elda.
Wow, thank you. That was a beautiful, beautiful presentation.
Well, you have a very beautiful bio on your website.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, and I wouldn't be able to say all that if you weren't that person. So,
appreciate it.
Yes.
Very, very beautiful.
Okay, of course. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This is the first time I've met Elda, and I called her, and I was very impressed by her online presence. She's got a beautiful website, a beautiful social media presence, and top 500 agent. And we like to interview to share stories. And that's going to be raw stories and your journey into your success in real estate.
Thank you.
So first, tell us about yourself. Where are you from and how did you get into real estate?
Okay. Well, I am, like you said, a proud Mexican. I am from Jalisco, Mexico. A small town, my paradise.
Okay.
It's a town close to where Carlos Santana is from. Actually, they were my neighbors.
Really?
Yeah,
Carlos Santana.
His family. Yeah, not exactly him, but he's very close family.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
That's I'm from that part of town.
Okay.
In Mexico. Beautiful place.
Excellent. So paradise.
Paradise.
Ooh, okay, we're gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah.
And when did you come over to America and why?
Well, actually, it was an interesting story. I got married in Mexico. So my ex-husband was raised and born in California. So we got married in Mexico. We met in school and got married and moved to America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you live in California?
I lived in California.
Okay.
Then in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And then Utah.
All right. And you've been here for a while?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been about 25 years.
25 years.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So, yes. And how did you get into real estate?
Actually, I was working for a big company. I was doing quality control. So that company, they had that department disappeared. So I had to go to a different department, and I decided not to. So I took a leap of faith doing real estate. Actually, it was a family member who's very well known in the community who gave me the opportunity, opened some doors for me, and gave me the courage to do it. And then that's how I started doing real estate.
Excellent. Yeah. So you had a seasoned mentor.
Yes.
And that was very helpful.
Very, very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually had a few, but he was the first one to open the door for me and honestly to give me the courage to do it and the help.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about how you started building your business. So back in 2011 is when you got licensed.
Yes.
And how did you start building your business from there? So 2011, 25 years ago. So you had been here for a little while.
Yes.
And so I'm sure meeting people, family, friends.
Yes.
Was that your first transaction with family and friends, or was it cold calling, or how did you?
No, it was actually through him. You know,
Oh, okay.
He introduced me to some of his past clients, and that's how I started getting my first transactions. And then from there, like, they started recommending me to other family members, and that's how everything started.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I've been so blessed that most of my clients are actually referrals more than anything.
Excellent.
So I appreciate that a lot. I mean, to me, it's more than marketing, more than anything, is word of mouth that, brings the clients to me.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost like it solidifies it. All the hard work that you do in the service that you provide
Yes.
is them. It's great
Yes.
for them to refer their friends and family.
Yes.
Okay, good. So is there something that you do that creates these raving fans and clients?
I don't think it's something that I necessarily do different than other agents. There's amazing agents out there. But I think what it is with my clients is that I become friends with them. Like, it's not that I'm trying, but it's impossible not to. Like, I honestly create a good friendship with my clients. So I think that's the key. I really enjoy what I do. I really, really do. And probably they can sense it, they can feel it.
Yeah.
And then we create that friendship in a way.
You're right.
So I think that's why they recommend me other people.
Yeah.
Or friends and family. So.
And I'm glad you said that, because I've noticed something about that. When someone is passionate about something and they love doing what they do in anything, that can create, like, you are going to be more positive to be around, and your clients are going to feel that. And I mean, that just goes with anything that you do in life. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I feel very passionate about my job and the people I get to meet.
Yes.
And it makes it so much better, and I get to work with friends.
Yes.
So I've built so many friendships out of this. So it's the same, as you, but it has to do with that passion behind it.
Yes.
And
not gonna lie, sometimes transactions get complicated, emotional, and it's so gratifying to see at the end, at the closing table, when they're getting the keys of their house, is so gratifying, and it's so beautiful feeling to say or to think it was worth it. Every minute of it, every emotion, it was worth it. Like, seeing the smiles in their faces when they get the keys of the house. So it's beautiful. Or like, if it's an investor, someone that is trying to create a portfolio of houses, or like, okay, this is my first investment.
Yes.
So excited to see, their faces and their excitement, and
and the start of their journeys, whatever that looks like.
yes, their American dream.
Yes. Amazing. That's beautiful. And so you do have a beautiful website.
Thank you.
And everything is like, her branding is on point. And is that something that's just kind of developed over time? Did you know you had to do that? Is this like, do you have help in developing all of this?
Yes, I do have help. I mean, I honestly tried part of my career to do it all, and it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
At least not for me. That's not my talent. So I decided to, hire a great team of actually women.
Okay.
They are the designers. They are the ones that put their soul and heart into my postings and social media and things like that. They are wonderful. So that gives me time to do what I like doing.
Yes.
Which is meeting with people, finding their houses, and, going for showings and talking to people.
Yeah. I think that's so great that you pointed that out, because there's a time in your business where you have to do these things, but at what point do I hire this out so I can go and do my business building?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. So your team of women,
Yeah.
what does your real estate team look like? Is it TC assistant or virtual assistant, or what does that look like?
Well, actually, I have a TC in our brokerage. She is amazing. She's wonderful, and she keeps me in line with
Okay.
things. Yeah, but other than that, I'm a do-it-all.
Okay.
Still, except for my social media.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, TC, and then I always find and meet with wonderful other part of the team, which is title companies, lenders. So
Okay.
yeah,
Excellent.
but I have my TC who
Yeah.
keeps me in line.
Okay. I think that's so important
It
too.
is.
Did you always start out with a TC or no?
No,
Okay.
I actually had to learn the hard way to do everything, which is good, I think.
Oh, I think it's very good.
Yeah, because that way you know how you want things to be done, and when you have someone that can help you with certain things, especially paperwork, like if I'm out there showing houses and I need to do something or send a document, she's always there to do it and to do it right.
Yes.
So it's so much better. And I think it's a benefit for me, but also for my clients.
Well, because now you have the knowledge. You have the knowledge of everything that needs to be turned in, why it needs to be turned in, and all of that. So I think it's great to start on your own, and then as you grow and get experience, get the TC. Okay, excellent. And sorry, back to your clients. How do you stay in front of them and top of mind? Do you have client events? I mean, I know you're your social media. Client events? Do you do pop-bys? Do you do anything like that?
You know, I honestly tried, but sometimes it's difficult to, doing those things.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to contact them, send them a text message, send them an email, something like that, to have that type of communication with them. I'm still working on it, trying to improve every day to do a little bit better every day. But it's been probably one of my challenges.
Okay.
That I need to do better.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Well,
Working on
obviously,
it.
obviously they refer you, everyone. So that's amazing.
That's good. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And how your social media and your website are all branded together. And they're cohesive together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the branding and everything has made a difference in your business?
It has.
It has?
It has. I actually got messages from my clients and saying, "Oh wow, I love that post that you put the other day, or make me laugh," or it's in a way it's to connect with them.
Yes.
Even if I don't do like pop-bys or anything like that, it's a way to connect, and it's very interesting. Like we had a meeting with these ladies, because this is virtual. They are in another country.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are doing my social media.
Okay.
So, but we had a Zoom meeting, and then we start to talk just as friends, so they can get to know me better. And I'm like, I'm not that serious person that you're trying to portray. I like to laugh. I like to joke. So make it fun. Make it interactive, like light.
Okay.
So, and it was so interesting. Now they kind of know me a little better, so they are posting and like really showing me on the social media. Not the person that I'm trying to show, just me. I want to show me. I'm just a human.
Yes.
Just someone,
Well, and it's important because your clients know who you are, and your friends and your family know who you are. But having your social media portray that as well is very important. Okay, because
it's important for me to show that, that I'm not this not approachable person. No, not at all. I can talk to anybody.
Right.
And everybody's important to me.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, because I just always wonder if like the social media, have you received business actually from social media?
I have. I actually have. It had made a difference with my clients, because nowadays, like when you buy something in any platform, online, the first thing you do is to do your research about what people think about that product. So that's the reason I decided to do a little bit more social media, so people can see that I'm there, that I'm working and what I do. So I thought, I'm a product too. So people can see a little bit of when they do the research about buying a house, selling a house, or investing or something like that. So,
okay.
Yeah, and I'm there. They can do the little research.
That's excellent. And sorry about the VA questions, but it comes up as a concern for a lot of agents, getting the help and where to find it. It sounds like you have found some really great ones.
Yes.
Did you use a service to find them, or?
Actually, it was a referral, a friend who recommended me this group, and I actually been able to recommend this group to other people too, in different business, different, type of, other fields, and they are amazing.
Okay. Okay. So we talked about the VAs. Now, what do you feel is an essential part of your business? Like, what has helped you get to the top 500? We have 17 to 20,000 real estate agents, and you're top 500. Yes. So, and I know it, like, it's your passion. Is there something else that you feel has really helped you get to this level of success?
I think it's the help, and the help of others. Like, doing real estate is a team effort. It's not just the agent, it's not just the loan officer, it's not just the title company, it's not just the inspector. It's having a team or finding the right fit for every client. I think that's, to me, is a key. Like, not every loan officer is right for every client. Not every title company fits the need for every client. So, I think it's finding that, trying to, when I meet with a client and try to kind of understand their needs and, how they will feel better, finding the right fit for them. I think that's the key for me.
Okay. So that's just having your A team,
yes,
and fitting the needs of your actual clients.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that makes perfect sense. And I think also, do you network with other agents?
I do.
You do?
I do. And I'm a true believer of a team effort. I think sometimes I meet with agents, and sometimes we don't even know each other in person, just over the phone, because we meet in a transaction. I'm the buyer, or the buyer's agent, the listing agent, whatever. I believe in teamwork. I believe that our job as realtors is to be the messengers and to make it work for our clients. I mean, if I'm representing a buyer wants to buy. If I'm representing a seller wants to sell. So other agents are part of the team, essential part of the team.
Yes.
So I do, and I actually love networking and getting to know other agents better. I was actually talking to someone yesterday about having a campaign, kind of a thing, with other realtors to say, we're not competition, we're a team.
Yeah.
We're teammates. We're looking for the same goal, which is client satisfaction.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, I'm a true believer that we can work better as a team.
Absolutely. It just makes the whole experience better if you're just kind to one another, instead of like coming at each other's throats, that you're working together. Like, how can we make this happen? Yes. We both want our clients to get the best out of this.
Especially in this industry that it's changing so much. I mean, you can have a certain knowledge, like a baseline knowledge, but then things change all the time. And after the pandemic, I mean, things change a lot. And every day things are changing. So I feel that, it's so valuable, a new agent who has all the energy to conquer the world, same as an, agent who's been here for a long time, who has a lot of knowledge. So I feel that everybody's important, and everybody has to keep learning, and we have to adapt, especially
Yes.
to the situation. So everybody is important.
Yes, absolutely. And you just spoke about every day it's learning. Do you stay on do you go to a lot of classes and continuing education courses and things like that?
I try, yes,
You
and
try.
we have to,
Yeah.
because we have to, every time that we have to renew our license, there's classes we have to take. And at first, when I'm so busy, I'm like, I need to take classes. And then when I'm taking the classes, I'm like, oh, so helpful, so
Yeah.
needed. Sometimes we get caught up in the day to day and like so busy and our schedule so preoccupied. But I'm a true believer in education.
Yes.
We need to keep, educating ourselves, learning about the changes, and I don't know. It makes us, at least me, makes me feel more comfortable on what I'm doing,
Right.
and it's for the benefit of our clients.
Right, absolutely. And I think too, I was listening to this podcast the other day, and it's these two real estate agents. They're out of Arizona, and they just talk about their business and what works for them. And one of the girls was mentioning, we're coming into like real estate season where there's lots of conventions, lots of conferences.
Yes.
And she's so excited. She was excited to go to this one that she's been to before, but she's very excited to see what hits differently for her at that time. And I think too, as like, let's just say you're a newer agent, you're going to all these classes and all these things and nothing's really making sense to you, and because you don't have the experience of it yet. But then you're like, oh,
Yes.
okay, that's what that meant. That's where this would come in handy. So I think always going, because you never know where you are in your business or your life, and something just speaks to you differently at that time. And or maybe you didn't want to implement that in your business at that time, but now you're like, oh, this would be great to do, So I think that's excellent that you're always staying educated and on top of that and going to classes.
I try to do my best. And then also sometimes we need to, or at least for me, it works when you see other agents going through the same probably issues that you're going through, and you're like, I'm not alone. It's not just me.
Yeah.
And then someone gives, I don't know, a solution in a way. And I'm like, never thought about it like that. And then it works.
Yeah.
So, or just sharing experiences with others.
Collaborating.
Absolutely.
Yes, and
That
that-
makes a big, big difference.
That does. And going into the networking with other agents, just the collaboration, you just never know what's going to come from a conversation, right?
Absolutely.
And relationship. That's great. What does this is kind of a weird question, but what does your day-to-day look like? So like you wake up, do you have a morning routine? So walk us through like a typical day for you. Like let's say your perfect day, like your ideal day.
My ideal day.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I know you have kids, grandkids, and it's probably like some days we know they can just change up the trajectory of your day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A perfect day will be like I'm a morning person. I like to take my time to wake up, and so I try to get up at like 6 in the morning, exercise a little bit, and either go into the gym or in the house, whatever. But that helps me so much to kind of like gather energy, recenter. I like to have my spiritual time during that exercise. Sometimes I don't listen to music. I listen to, a good audiobook, something, or sometimes just nothing. Just I need my space.
Yeah,
to
and your quiet.
nothing.
Yeah.
My box of nothing.
Yes.
That's what I call it. So, and then, get ready, check on my schedule, because I'm a kind of a control freak a little bit. I don't trust my head a lot. So I like to put my things on my calendar. So checking on my calendar or adding every little detail in my calendar, and then just go to the office. Or sometimes I actually work from home. I have an office at home.
Okay.
And we are empty nesters. So all of our kids are out of the house.
Okay.
So
you can work from
I
home
can
with
work
quiet.
from home. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I
But you do
my
have a
own
dedicated space.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I need that. I need my dedicated space. And it's so comfortable to be able to just stay in my quiet office. So it's I can do a lot.
Okay.
Then arrange, depending on that day. Sometimes I just go, depending on the locations, I go from my house to appointments, showings, or go to the office, depending. Some days I work a lot of hours, some days I don't.
Okay.
But usually that's the case.
Okay, so it starts off with a very strong morning, it sounds like,
have to,
no matter
I have
what.
to.
Yeah.
Yes, it's my kind of my core. That's honestly, like, that's depending on the morning, that's how my day will go. So
Right.
it's interesting. For me, I'm a morning person, and I
Yes.
like doing those things in the morning.
Okay, and that's great that you have that dedicated space and that time in the morning to like overview your day, checking on emails and anything that you need to get to.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
can I ask, like, do you have like a weekly goal of appointments?
I honestly don't.
You don't? Okay.
I don't, and I try to get a day off. That's my goal. I have one day off out of the week, just
Okay.
one.
And that can change.
I usually try to keep it on a Sunday
Okay.
because it's a day that, some people don't like to show their houses and things like that. So, and it's important for me because to me, family is very important. So since my kids are adults now and it's just me and my husband, so Sundays usually work better for, get together, to meet with them, to go for hikes whenever, the
nice.
weather permits. Yes. So that's why I like to keep it a day off.
Yeah.
It also helps to kind of reset, and then I start my Monday in a different setting. Like,
Yes.
with all this energy, and sometimes it's my day to think about my goals for the week,
Okay.
or not think at all about work, and
Yeah.
that have that fresh mind for
Okay.
Monday.
That's great. Okay, I solely believe in that. So, what kind of goals do you set during your week? Like if you're like, so is it like your intentions for the week?
My intentions
Yeah.
for the week.
Okay.
Yeah, my intentions, and sometimes, since I'm not like on the go on the Sundays, so sometimes I come up with solutions to situations that that I have with transactions or whatever. So that's my time to find out. I'm like, oh, never thought it like that, and put a note so I can resolve it the next day.
Yes.
So
Okay.
those are kind of like my goals for the week, and just to be prepared. Like in this industry, something that I've learned, maybe the hard way, is to be ready for the unexpected.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Sometimes, I plan my day to be in a certain way, then things change. I mean, because my job is to be more available for my clients' time. Or like, hey, this house just came back on the market, the house that you really wanted. Let's go and do it. Let's go and see it. Or let's send an offer. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes my day cannot be like completely.
So giving yourself that grace, like it's okay, it's not going to go this perfect because you said that you,
Yeah.
So okay, so just giving yourself that grace, like this is how it has to be now.
Yeah.
Is there certain okay, this is also a very big, I'm glad you're talking about this because this is also a very big challenge for real estate agents is time management.
Oh.
So it sounds like you have your calendar that you live by. Are there certain things in there that you put in there that are the what do they call it? The non-negotiables. Like, so calling or whatever it may be for you, is there something in there that you're like, okay, like I can't miss this, but if something comes up, a showing, and I have to move it.
Yes.
I don't delete it, but I move it. Do you have any of those non-negotiables?
My Sundays.
Your Sundays.
My
Okay.
Sundays are not negotiable unless there's like something that really needs to happen. Then I'll go and do it.
Okay.
But you know what? It took me many years to figure that out. But I'm more effective during my week if I honestly take that time for me.
Okay.
For for me, for my needs, especially for my family.
Yes.
Because it's honestly, it's my core. It's been my biggest supporters. It's my family.
It's your why.
So, yes.
Yes.
It's my why.
And if you're not okay because you've been working 7 days a week, then your family's not going to be okay. Your business is not going to be okay. So you do have to have that time.
I do. And trust me, I went to a class, and it was about time management. And oh boy, that class was packed because we all struggle with that in our industry. We all struggle. Talking to other agents about that, it made me feel not good, but it was not just me, that I struggle with that time management.
Yeah.
And then because sometimes we're like, oh, just these phone calls, just these more appointments, just this one for these at this time.
Yeah.
And then that becomes another, and then we don't allow any time to have a break. Or
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's a constant struggle, but not necessarily a struggle. It's kind of like something that we can be better at.
Yes. And I think too, it's so important that you're saying that, because I've heard of some other agents in conversation just saying, oh, my spouse is like, are we going to get to do anything, or are you going to be at appointments all weekend,
Yes.
So I think it's very important, because you do have other people that depend on you to be there. So that's great that you make that a priority.
It is. And it was also an adjustment for my family. My husband, my husband and I have been married for almost 7 years. So he came into my life when my life was already a chaos with real estate. That, my kids, I'm so blessed with my kids, that from day one, they've been so understanding. They've been so accommodating and helping, And when my husband came on board, it was, he's concerned a little bit, and he's complains a little bit like, hey, when are we going to do this? When are we going to go on vacation? And it's still kind of hard, but if we plan things ahead, then we can make it happen.
Yes. Okay. And now I'm going to jump back around, because to be a top 500 agent, especially last year, how did you keep going and keep a strong mindset? Because a lot of it was very hard for a lot of agents that are used to being top 500 every year. And last year, a lot of them didn't make that cut.
Yeah.
So how did you keep going and keep strong? And
I think it was collaboration, team. Honestly, some days I was very discouraged because of the change in interest and what's gonna happen. Thinking like negative about where we were going, and talking to people in the same industry, loan officers with experience, kind of gave me the peace of mind that everything is going to be okay. Real estate is a need, and it is a need. It is a need. We all need to have a roof over our heads. So it's kind of like getting ourselves, to me, it was getting myself educated and seeing things from a different perspective, and being positive about whatever was going on.
I was just gonna say that you are very positive, and you are a light to be around, and you have great energy. And I just think that's right when you said it, in my head I was like, positivity, because I just feel that from you. And I think that's you put that out there, and that's what you're attracting.
Thank you.
So that's wonderful. Of course. So you must do an amazing job and staying positive, and it's probably because you have your family that supports you, and your solid morning routines and your Sundays.
Yes, it's important, and it makes a big difference. To be honest, it does. It's like, come on, we live in a beautiful state where you can feel every season of the year, and not going outside and enjoy it. Come on, like people travel from all over the world to see these mountains, to go skiing, to go hiking. And I had the feeling that, during pandemic, it was spotlight in our state. People came from all over places. And now a lot of them are moving because of it. So I feel like we already here in paradise. Let's enjoy it. Helps with positivity, and just go outside and do something.
Right. Do you find that you have a niche in your business?
I do. and it's the Latino community.
Okay.
I love my Latino community and all the different communities, but the Latina community, for some reason, and maybe because I'm Latina, is if you treat someone well and with respect, they are so loyal to you, very loyal to you. So, and that's what I'm finding out. My husband didn't believe me at first until he was exposed to the Latino community. My husband is Canadian. So, and he's like, you're right. I mean, they are so warm and loving. It's a very loving community.
Yes.
So that's kind of like my niche.
Family in the Latino community is like everything.
Oh, yeah.
Family is everything. And I think you probably become family to them.
Yes.
And vice versa.
Yes. Oh,
yes.
Absolutely.
So I can see how that would really benefit your clients too. And not only you, but your clients.
Yeah.
And surrounding yourself with them and you knowing the community and the culture and everything like that makes such a difference.
Oh, it does.
It
does. And now I know that, first thing to look in a house is the kitchen. Kitchen is important. It's
where the family gathers.
House. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And, it's everyone is saying kitchen.
Yeah.
Kitchen is the heart of the house.
Yes. Okay. So I love when I think it can make a huge difference in a real estate agent's business if you niche. I call it like niching down. Just get hyper focused. Obviously, you can help whoever,
Absolutely.
right? But when you're marketing, your branding, and who you're helping is like maybe a certain community or or like it's veterans, first-time home buyers, or whatever it looks like for you. But really getting involved in that, whatever that is, that makes a difference in the business.
I also have a group of people that has a big part of my heart, first-time home buyers. I absolutely love working with first-time home buyers. I like to talk. And I like when my clients ask me questions. And then I try to make them feel comfortable to ask me questions at any time. And I can see the need on first-time home buyers. We have a lot of questions, fear, and they want to make the big step and they don't know when it's the right time and things like that. So I love working with first-time home buyers because they have that special smile in their faces, and you can see like when they achieve their goal with the first house, and then they become investors. But that first house, for some reason, it's very special.
Yes.
It's kind of like the stepping stone of something big.
Yeah.
And it's so special. Like it's always so special to me.
I know there has been times, actually, there was I will never forget this closing. And so they were celebrating up front, and they were from Mexico, husband and wife. And the husband had moved to America maybe a couple years before, trying to get all of his ducks in a row for his wife to come.
Yeah.
And I'm getting chills. And they were closing, and I was leaving, and it was like 5:00, and they were closing, and they were just hugging, and the wife had tears, and I was just standing there watching, and then my eyes are like welled up, and I'm like, this is why I love being in this industry. They achieved the American dream, and now but especially for immigrants, there are so many more steps people have to go through. And I'm not just saying, I mean, we were talking about first time homebuyers, but it just was like, oh, this is why we do what we do.
Yes.
And just that emotion behind it.
It's you're changing someone's life. You're part of that big step.
Yes.
And for them to have, the confidence in you that you can help them get to that big step, it's a huge honor. Like, for me, it's an honor when they
trusted you.
Choose me. Yes.
Yes.
So it is amazing. And then when you see that at the end of the day, when they're closing, when they're signing documents, to see that expression, that happiness, it's like, it's all worth it.
Yes.
It's all worth it. And that gives you the courage, the energy, because, you know, we get tired and, you know, some days are not as good as others. But then when you think about those moments, you're like, you know what? I can do it. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it because someone deserves me to be in my right mind 100% for them because they're trusting me.
Yeah.
So those are my anchors. Like when I see those moments and I remember those faces, I'm like, it's all worth it.
Yes.
It is
That's
worth it.
beautiful. So staying on first-time home buyers, what does your how does that look right now with the market and the interest rates? And are you seeing that there's more people having to get on a loan? Like, what is that looking like right now? And how are you kind of finagling this market right now with first-time home buyers?
Well, fortunately, we are in a place where there's a lot of different programs for first-time home buyers, programs where they get help and they get special finances and things like that. So we're so grateful for that. I mean, we live in a good state where, you know, there's a lot of help for them. Yes, unfortunately, they have to be more people in the loan to be able to qualify. And going back to the Latina community, is something that you see in the Latino community is that what's the word? The love, I guess, or the support. They help each other. It's very not normal, but you see more of, you know, in the Latino community that sometimes we have to fit 3 names into the purchase contract or 4 names sometimes, you know, but it's that union that people have to, like, okay, I help you buy a house and then you help me later to buy another house. So that's the union, and it's beautiful. I mean, they are helping through hard times.
Yes.
It is hard time right now. I mean, because they need more income to qualify for a certain house or certain neighborhoods or, you know.
Yeah.
But it's the union, the love.
Yes.
Still shows.
And you having the knowledge of the programs that are available to them, that's huge. So having the team, like you said, with your lenders,
Yes.
and knowing what programs are available and how you can help them and where to guide them, I'm sure it makes a complete difference.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes I feel like as realtors, we don't know everything program out there, or so it's, to me, what had helped me is also like being open to listen to my clients, because sometimes they're out there listening. You know, when you are in the mindset of buying a house, is you're like attracting all this information. So sometimes clients come up with like, hey, I heard about this incentive in this city or this grant here and there. So sometimes they are giving me the information.
Yeah.
So I go and look it up and see if they qualified or what the requirements are and things like that. So we're not the encyclopedias of the knowledge. I mean, I feel like as agents, we also have to be open to listen to our clients. Same way as a parent, you know, we learn with our kids, and sometimes we learn to be parents when we have kids, and we learn from them sometimes.
Yes.
I feel like it's kind of like, it's been my analogy of real estate. I'm a mom, so it's my analogy for everything. Being a mom.
Yes. Yeah, because we do learn so much.
We do.
I like look back at my parents and I'm like, we just thought they knew everything as kids, and they were just trying to figure it out. Because now I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. It's like, oh, I've never been in these waters before.
Yes.
Yeah.
My kids, sorry, I'm just a human. If you thought that I was a super mom, sorry to disappoint you. So,
I love that.
but, you know, and then being a mom, I always have my analogy, like buying a house, new construction, whatever type of house you're buying, it's a pregnancy. It's like so exciting at first, you're getting qualified. And then, you know, the hiccups of like the pregnancy, and at the end it's kind of like that last push is like, it's painful and it's hard. And at the end, when you see the results, the baby in your arms, it's like, oh, it's
So worth it. Yeah.
And everybody's happy. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So I think to me, it's, as mom, it's one of the best analogies for describing.
It is. I've never heard that, but it really is.
Right?
Yes. So that's great. And then all the checkups, the inspections. We could go on. Yeah. That's funny.
Absolutely.
And so when you're helping, because I've heard you a couple of times say that when they're going from their first home to like an investment, so you are helping clients with investing as well? Okay.
Yes.
And is that them coming to you saying, Elda, I'm ready to make this next step? Okay. And then you're navigating that and educating them on how investing works?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
And it's actually very exciting. And I get excited with them. It's like, yes, let's do this. You can do this, you can do that. You don't have to sell. Like, sometimes I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm a bad salesperson, but you don't have to sell. Don't sell.
Yeah.
Just buy the next one and then leave that. They can, I can do that? Yes. And, sometimes just helping them to see the big picture.
Yes. Okay, so you're kind of talking about this in the beginning, and when they buy their first home, giving them this big picture, and then when they're ready, then going through the steps.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
And then sometimes, like I said, I learn from my clients. Sometimes it's like, okay, I have these clients that were able to do A, B, and C, and now where they at? They already have these multiple properties, and you can do that. You just have to be responsible with this, and this, your credit especially, and income tax and everything. So
yes. Okay. Making sure all their ducks are in a row. Yes.
It's a process. One time I gave a good friend of mine like a little, I don't know, like a metal thing with a message that said, what was the saying? It's not a dream, it's a plan, or something like that. And it is. I feel like it is. Everybody has a chance to invest, to buy a house for the first time, but it's not just a wish. It's
you can't just wish it.
No, you have to plan. You have to do your work, and it takes some work, but it's worth it.
That is great advice, because people can dream all they want to dream about. One day I'll have this, but how are you going to get that if you don't have a plan?
Yes, if you don't take action, right?
Yes, you have to take major action.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, such great advice, Elda.
Thank you.
So, okay, well, what does your future look like?
I have a lot of plans and taking actions, like giving myself that same advice. My plan is to keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
And actually have a plan of creating a team, a group.
Okay.
But in a different way.
Okay.
Completely different way. My plan is to do a team where everybody's independent.
Oh, okay.
A team to trust. A team to, it's just a little bit different. I'm still working on like the
logistics of it.
Logistics.
Okay.
And yeah.
So maybe like more of like collaborating and like accountability.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. But everybody is, it's your own business, but it's just a collaboration.
Yes.
With people you trust. And, I'm actually, the way that I am controlling in a way is because each client is like a baby to me. It's like I have to protect my client. I have to treat it in a certain way. I have to take care of my client. So it's hard sometimes to find a group of people with the same goals and with the same standards. And actually, I have come across some really good people that had the same goals and the same way of treating clients with that respect and with that, care.
Yeah.
That's when I kind of came up with this idea that maybe we're going to have it soon.
Yeah. I love that for you.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll be cheering you on.
Thank you.
Because you'll make it.
Appreciate it.
You are one to make it happen. So that is one thing I'm learning here.
Let's hope.
Yes.
Work on it.
And where can people follow you?
Well, my website, palaciosbaker.com. Phone number, text message, WhatsApp, whatever it's easier for you. My number, do you want to give my number?
Yeah, you can give your number.
Okay, it's 801-706-3806. That's my number.
Excellent. And then what's your Instagram handle?
Actually,
I think you can just look up her name.
Yeah, my name is just Elda Baker, and then that's where you can find me on any social media.
Okay.
Yeah, Instagram or whatever you prefer.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here, Elda. I've had a wonderful time getting to know you and how you've become this rock star of an agent. So I really appreciate you coming here and sharing your expertise.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
for making me feel so comfortable and welcome.
Oh, of course.
Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.